The first church at Pennard Gower was built in the late 13th century and stood near Pennard Castle. What is left of this medieval church is still visible today. The church was overwhelmed by sand in 1547. As a result, a new church was built at what is now Pennard Road, Pennard, and called St. Mary. It is believed that stone from the original church was used in the building of St. Mary. Early medieval features in St. Mary include a window decorated with dogtooth mouldings. The tower housed two bells dated 1737 and was made by W. Evans Chepstow. One bell is inscribed Pennard Parish and the other Roland Dorkin, a local from a landowning family. In 2009, the Roland Dorkin bell broke and fell down the tower stairway. There is also a medieval water stoup in the church, now used as the font. The font is topped by a Jacobean cover brought here from Sunning in Berkshire. The font is in two parts. The bowl may be the inverted base of a cross-haft, while the lower section may have been a millstone. The square base under the font could have been the base of an earlier medieval font. A beam that supports the gallery in the church might be the original medieval rood beam. There are 17th century rails, or dog rails as they were known. They were introduced by dictate of Archbishop Laud in 1644 to protect the altar from defilement by dogs who went to church with their owners. Above the chancel arch is a board with royal arms, and this shows the Lord's Prayer, Creed, and 10 Commandments. The pulpit is made up of Jacobean panels brought here from Shiplake Church in Oxfordshire. The carved panels depict heads of beasts. In the chancel is a marble tablet dedicated to John Bennet, who died in 1723, and his son, who died 3 years later. On the north wall is an 18th century memorial to the Beale family. The north wall also has a memorial tablet to Thomas Penrice. He lived at Kilbrew Manor, Gower. He was a captain in the 16th Lancers and distinguished himself in the Peninsular Campaign under the Duke of Wellington. Within the church are a number of stained glass windows. This 1914 window on the east wall of the chancel depicts Virgin and Child with Christ and is the work of T. F. Curtis, Ward and Hughes. On the south wall of the sanctuary you can see St. Gabriel, and this was made in 1931 by William Glasby and given in memory of Thomas Humphrey Lyons, 1880 to 1918. Also on the south wall of the chancel is a stained glass window, Virgin and Child. It was made in 1938 by William Glasby and given in memory of Alexina Lyons, 1889 to 1935, who was the wife of Thomas Humphrey Lyons. This stained glass window on the south wall is the Millennium window. It was made for the year 2000, the scene of Christ welcoming the new dawn, and in this example, the dawn of the new millennium. It shows Virgin and Child opposite a kneeling angel with birds, animals, and flowers below. A rainbow arches over the scene with birds overhead. Roundels below show Pennard Castle and 3 cliffs. The artist was John Edwards and the studio Glantowie Studios. On the north wall of the church is a stained glass window, St. Anthony and St. Michael. It was designed in 1948 by J. Blackford and the studio Powell & Sons, Whitefriars Limited. The window was given in memory of Sergeant Anthony William Vivian, Royal Air Force, by his mother and father. Anthony was killed in action during World War II off Malta in 1942. He is also commemorated at the Commonwealth War Graves in Malta. There are also memorial plaques dedicated to those who were killed in action during World War I and II. Buried in the churchyard are the poets Vernon Watkins, 1906 to 1967, Harry Webb, 1920 to 1994, and Nigel Jenkins, 1949 to 2014. There is also a memorial plaque inside the church dedicated to Vernon Watkins.